Hey guys, welcome back to the ET Customs video, and today we'll be looking at my painted build of the Supernova Sandrock Custom. Okay, so as you can see, this is basically what I've done to the kit. All the white parts are basically still white, but I did some pre-shading to it. As you can see from the video, is mostly at the legs. And then the blue, I've gone for the darker blue theme, right? So this is basically how the original plastic looks like. So you see the seat side by side. It's actually a darker blue, all right, slightly more vibrant, not to say vibrant, it's actually a darker, basically it's a brighter blue but a darker form, if you know what I'm saying. Okay, yeah, actually it's more like a double O riser kind of color scheme, right? And then this part is going to be the same blue that I used for this, but I add a little bit of purple, right? The purple that I'm using is this one. This is called the what's this called, primary color violet, from this brand called Singtong. Is it Singtong? Yeah, something like that. Okay, so basically I add in like maybe 3 or 4 drops of purple, and then it comes out with a different shade of blue. Okay, so basically what I've done is basically I used the blue from this brand called Bosny. Alright, this is basically the clear, which is I use it as a top coat for this kit, but the blue I'm also using the same brand, which is Bosny. I kind of feel that Bosny paints are actually better on the model kit, and I didn't use it straight from the can. I use it, I decant it into a bottle, and then I mix some paint over to paint it onto the model itself. That way I actually save more money than buying a premium paint from the model shops, and still I get to paint my kit. Alright, so since I already have an airbrush, I just use the airbrush because the quality of the paint is actually way better while using an airbrush than a spray can, and it's slightly lighter. Alright, and then what else did I do? Oh yeah, the black. As you can see from the kit over here, most of the blacks are not really that black. Alright, you can see the shades over here. If you would compare, this is actually a leftover runner from this kit, which is black. So if I put it side by side, you can actually see the color difference is quite a lot. This basically I use a black, also from Bosny. I add maybe around 3 drops of white in it to make it a slightly darker gray color. Yeah, and in real life actually you can see a little bit shading also. Alright, I'm kind of crazy about shadings. And then the silver, the yellow of this kit, actually I use gold instead, but it's actually not a real gold. I actually use a chrome paint, and then I paint a, what is it called, the candy yellow over it, so you have this slightly golden shine to it. Since my gold, I already finished my gold, so I don't have any more gold paint, so I just do my makeshift gold. Okay, and then the tips over here, the sharp part over here, are actually the chrome paint that I use. Okay, so the chrome paint I also use it for the weapons at the side here, but the weapons, the quality of it is not as smooth as I like, but you can compare the color before and after paint, right? So this is actually the original one from the plastic, which I haven't cut out yet, right? So you can see the color is actually slightly different. In the video you can also see that it is brighter than the plastic type, and it doesn't have the plasticky sheen to it, right? So let me get my light, and you can see that it's pretty shiny, right? It's shining brightly. So yep, that's one. And then I've used chrome for all the thrusters and also this part over here. Okay, and what else? Oh yeah, the weapon. As you can see, the weapon I try to go on with the more, how to say, realistic color scheme. Okay, so let me take this out. Very careful. Okay, so for the weapon, all I did is actually I spray chrome for the top front part over here. The front part over here is just chrome. The other parts of the whole guns are actually gunmetal gray color, which is also a mixed color between black and silver, which actually creates a gunmetal gray. And after it's painted, I actually did some masking over here, and I did some black paint over here and the top here, the tip here. Okay, so the black paint that I use is actually this. I got this from a hardware shop, I guess. It's an acrylic paint. I just mix it with some water and I just hand brush it over the kit. So actually, not just the weapon, I actually did it at the skirt over here. Not really visible from the video, but trust me, it's actually there. I get some black over here. Okay, okay, back to the weapon. So basically the weapon, all I do is just what I mentioned just now, and then this color here, I actually go in with a Sharpie. I use the, what is it called, the copper paint, copper Sharpie. So I just did some hand painting with Sharpie at these few locations. Okay, and then one more part that I do is actually this part over here. This one actually I use a Bosny paint also. It's called the Yamza bronze, right? So I just mask it off and then I paint it, but I use it directly from the spray can because I didn't decant it yet, right? And because of that, the paint is too thick, and when I close this thing up, it scratched off some of the paint over here. Okay, so please take a note if you guys want to use a spray can. Be prepared to have all these type of problems, or you guys can just sand this part down inside here. Okay, and then the back part over here, the stock here, it basically is the same color with all this black which is on this kit, right? It's actually a gray. Okay, so basically this is actually how I built my kits. Let me show you the decal. Okay, let's go through the water slides. This is actually the leftover water slides that comes with this kit. Actually, I already finished all the water slides that in the manual. He called me to put all the locations. I actually already followed, but for some reason there is actually a lot more water slides. I do not know how are we going to use this, because some of the water slides actually said Sandrock over here, right? So it's quite weird if you use it for other kits, but it's possible. Like some of these like markings, design kind of thing, you can actually use it for any other kits. But as for mine, I think there's a defect over here, the water slide, but I'm not using it at all. So this is actually a leftover part, and then this part over here is a Sandrock also, right? And then the model code down here. I do not know what I'm going to do with all of this, but it's a leftover. Maybe I can use it for some other custom kits, right? So that's about it. I have no idea why they actually give us so many water slides. I think because they are actually expecting us that we might paint the kit, we might change the color of the kit, so maybe some of the colors might not work for this kit, right? So I guess this is the point. And second thing that I want to point out is that the head inside the camera here, I am supposed to scratch build certain parts for the camera, but at the end, after I paint it, I got lazy, and also I find it not looking that bad, so in the end I didn't bother about it. Okay, I think that's about it, I guess. Oh yeah, the purple over here actually is a light purple. How actually I did this white purple is basically I used the same white that I paint for this kit, and then I use again this purple. I added, I think, around 1 drop or so, I guess. I just one drop, and then it gives it a slight purple shine, and then that's how it comes out. Actually, I like the color. As you can see from the shoulder over here, I actually like the color, but my only complaint is that it looks like the original color that comes straight out of the box. It's like the slightly light purple. The color scheme is almost the same as the original, so that's only my problem. Okay, so basically, if you would ask me, I think that I should actually go for a lighter blue instead of a darker blue like this, right? But overall, I think it's looking not that bad. At least it's slightly different than the original one. The original one is a light blue, so for mine is a darker blue. Okay, and I saw some people on Instagram, they actually made the light blue color for this kit. It actually looks very nice, right? And oh yeah, one more thing that I forgot to mention is that the hands for this kit, I actually paint them gunmetal gray, because the original kit for Sandrock is actually white color, which is I mean, I don't really like white color on any Gundam hands because it doesn't make sense for me actually, personally. But of course there's the original one, so if you guys like it, you can just leave it white. But for mine, I just put gunmetal color. But if you guys did some posing to it, you might scratch off some paint. As you can see my thumb here, I don't think you can see it from the video, but there's actually some color scuffed out from here already. It's like a slight weathering kind of effect, right? So if you guys do not want to have this problem, maybe you guys could just leave it back to original color, which is white color, right? So I think that's about it. Most of this kit, most of these parts of this kit, I actually did some gluing so that it doesn't fall apart when I'm moving it around. But even still, the back pad always fall off, and then the V-fin always fall off. But for now, I actually leave some sticky tack in there because it's actually quite tight. It's not really loose, but when I'm moving it around, my hand might just touch it and it might just flick out. Alright, so just be careful about this. And this kit, as I mentioned on my earlier video, is that it's very sharp. You can see how sharp is this, right? So just now when I pull this out, I actually poke myself. It's kind of hurt. And that day when I assembled this kit, I poked myself on these skirts over here and my hand bleed. Okay, so just be careful when working this kit. Overall, it's a nice looking kit. But I would still prefer the Gundam Ultron than this kit. Okay, but if you guys want to collect it, of course you have no choice, you have to buy it. Since Bandai don't really release this kit out of the market unless it's a P Bandai. Alright, so that's all for today. Thank you guys so much for watching. See you guys again next time. Alright, for my next build, it's gonna be the Heavy Arms Custom. Okay, stay tuned. Good day guys.